What's going on, guys? Welcome to the March 2018 edition of Gridlife Plus, the show where I take you through the month's PlayStation Plus free games lineup to see whether or not they're worth your time and hard drive space in the shortest amount of time possible, because even though these games are free, your time is not. We have quite the selection of games this time around, so without delay, let's start with the headliner, From Software's Bloodborne, quite literally the Dark Souls of Lovecraftian nightmare fuel. Like the other Souls games, you begin by spending hours creating a character only for their face to be concealed the moment you step into gameplay. It emphasizes right off the bat that success is found by trial and error, which is illustrated when you try to beat the horrific wolf monster with your bare hands only to be completely obliterated right off the bat. And then you realize it was all part of the plan. You are then transported to the Hunter's Dream, where you pick between 3 starting weapons and 2 choices of firearms. Equipped to take on the wolf again, you easily route it and stare into the beautifully macabre world of Yharnam for the first time. The enemy encounters always feel threatening even when you level up, and taking down the bosses rewards you with a true sense of pride and accomplishment that most games try their hardest to avoid nowadays. The world is intricately designed, and even if you have been turned off by Dark Souls in the past, I absolutely recommend giving this game a shot because of the faster pace and undeniably compelling setting. Absolutely download it. This is a must-play exclusive even if you aren't typically into the Souls formula. Next up, we have another widely revered title, the game based on the movie, based on the game, the reboot of Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to preface right off the bat that this game is worth playing, but it undeniably suffered by being a movie tie-in. As has been the problem since Ratchet left the PS2 generation, it really lacks the edge that made the original so compelling, and in this new version, the pair are friends right off the bat. Ratchet's character is the nerd stereotype that original Ratchet always made fun of, and the writing just isn't as sharp for the supporting cast, unfortunately. But luckily, the gameplay stands as the culmination of every refinement Insomniac has made to the series over the years. The weapon list is almost a greatest hits album of the series' arsenal, and the visuals are absolutely stunning at the expense of the original game's charming character animation. Characters in this game barely emote, and in comparison to the original, look painfully dull. Even with these gripes, the adage, "it looks like a Pixar movie," has never been more true. Download this if you are fancying a visually stunning action platformer with a few laughs. However, also play the original trilogy if you haven't already. Imagine a bizarro world in which Mega Man is boring, uninspired, and ugly, and you'll basically picture Mighty Number 9. There isn't much good to say here, besides that once you change the controls to your liking, you'll have a lot more fun, and the soundtrack, when set to the retro 8-bit sound, is catchy, but I just recommend skipping this and getting the Mega Man Legacy Collections or any of the Gunvolt games, honestly. The art style and character designs are almost painful to look at times, and the bosses lack the same gravitas that the Robot Masters always had in spades. Only download this if you really need a Mega Man fix but can't afford any of the aforementioned titles. I should also warn you that I never cried like an anime fan on prom night, so kind of deceptive marketing on their part. Bombing Busters is like Bomberman, but shitty. Don't even bother. And finally, our last game is Claire Extended Cut, a right off the bat ominous and often chilling adventure game touting tremendously well done pixel art and an immediately intriguing premise that I dare not spoil. The game is also available on Vita and is a perfect title to roll up under the covers, pop in headphones, and take in the grim atmosphere with. Do recommend you download it on the platform of your choice. Well, that concludes March 2018's list of PlayStation Plus free games. There was a lot of hype going into this one due to the heavy hitter tentpole titles of Bloodborne and Ratchet, but I gotta say, Mighty Number 9 and Bombing Busters pretty significantly brought down the whole package for me. But that said, still 3 really solid games available for you to check out. Tune in soon for Gridlife Gold, where you can see the rundown of the first batch of March Xbox Live Games with Gold titles. Have a great rest of your week. Be good to each other.